We are back. How's everybody doing today? I hope you are well. Another scorcher of a day outside, but it's cool in here. Rad, the Mad Lad.
Galloway.
What up, Rad? Good to see you, mate.
Got it, Skipper.
Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
What have we got?
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hacks are all over it. Captain's trying to fend them off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence. Skipper wants you to have your newspaper face on, college boy. I think I know the place
We
where
got
you
us
found
a
the lady.
murder
It
to
overlooks
solve.
Sunset
Tape.
Boulevard. Let's go.
Tape.
Yeah, the bum took a swipe at me. Put him down with my sap.
Yeah, I saw you had like a 5-hour stream yesterday. All my little butterflies are growing, spreading their wings. Dell, oh my God, it's Dell. What up, brother? How are you? I'm doing pretty good.
You're behind the wheel.
Good to
Did a
see
decent
everybody
job on the
tonight.
Henry case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time at bat.
Thanks, Rusty.
But don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one clearance under your belt. Now it's a new day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
And no assumptions until we see the evidence, right?
Right. See, I knew you were
How's
a fast
everybody
learner,
doing
Phelps.
today? I hope your days
Might
are
get
good.
along after all.
Brad, I like the new livery, by the way. I approve.
Now, boys, you know as much as I do. I'll be holding a press conference once the autopsy's been completed. I have two of my finest investigators on the case. Fresh from bringing down the sword of justice on the crazed sex
Captain,
Alonzo
aren't there
Mendez.
similarities between this murder and the murder of Celine Henry? And of Elizabeth Short, for that
So you don't
matter?
believe there's a crazed sex killer at large preying on women?
Boys, be sensible. We have the greatest police force in all the world with the greatest scientific investigators at our disposal.
Is the volume
How can
okay?
any killer
I think I have
continue to do
everything
that?
set correctly.
Be advised. We keep the gas chamber at San Quentin primed for the sons of Cain who continue
Aw,
to
bro, I
believe they
love
can
this
take the
game.
life of the city of angels.
Yeah, right. Any new leads in the Dahlia case?
They really nailed the look of the 40s.
Run along, boys, and let these officers get to work. We have God's work to do here, and it can't be delayed.
What do we have, Captain?
Another woman.
Yeah, Deep, I literally just started
Speak to Carruthers.
not 5 minutes ago.
I want daily reports, gentlemen.
Thank you, Rad.
Detective, I was first on scene.
Yeah, shut up. I don't care.
Can't be much help to you, Phelps.
Oh, I forgot to mention there's nudity in this game. So if you don't want to see it, avert your eyes now, and I will tell you when it is safe. Alright, look away now if you don't want to see it.
Look at your mark. It's very...
Distinctive. I'll do some comparisons back at the lab and get back to you.
The stomping angle in the Henry case. Was it reported in the press?
Sure was. Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story.
What's this mark? A cut on a finger.
Fourth finger, left hand. A wedding or engagement ring, violently removed.
Looks like she was tied up.
It does at first, but that would leave a mark on her other wrist, too. I think her watch might have been torn off.
Okay, you can look again.
Similar MO.
To what? The Dahlia? I don't think so.
Celine Henry.
That's a closed case. This is probably another sad sack who lost his temper with a broad who wouldn't put out.
Are you a suspect, Rusty?
Yes,
Watch
Steve,
your
I
mouth,
have.
Phelps. All I'm
Fantastic
saying is
games.
you've got enough to do without
Loved
reopening
every one of
closed
them.
cases.
Talk me through it, Mal.
Severely battered, on display. Footprints would indicate that she has been stomped. Size of the footprints would seem to indicate a small
Thanks,
smooth
Dalman.
shoe. What size shoe did
I'm
Mendez wear?
I'm glad you stopped by, even if it's just
No,
for a bit.
I'm not. At a glance, I would say strangulation was the cause of death. I'll need to do further tests for semen.
Angry boyfriend. If they were married, they'd be at home. Not humping out here
I
above
still
the lake.
think Nathan should have hooked up with Chloe. I'm sorry, Brad. I'll pay for your therapy for the first year. Yeah, I'm planning on doing it at some point. The third was always my favorite. Hello, Pops. Good to see you, mate.
Oh, we have a name. Can you run Deirdre Muller by RNI?
Back in a second.
If the motive was robbery, why not take the money?
Four was good. I liked it, but I still think three was my favorite. I mean, they're all good. There's not a bad one of the bunch.
RNI says that Deirdre Mahler of 130 North Bonnie Bray was reported missing this morning by her husband, Hugo Mahler.
What'd I tell you? Just grab the husband, take him downtown, and work him over. We could have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
What about not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
Yes, Deep. That is my default first question. Where did you get stuck, Brad?
You can drive. Double time, Rusty.
Keep your shirt on. I'm coming. There still might be some play in the boyfriend angle.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
If he doesn't work out, that is.
Deirdre Muller has suffered
No,
enough.
Deep. I don't
More
do
than
automation.
enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about
It's
her
just
without
my
even the
signature
slightest
greeting.
inkling of what she was like.
Some people
She
say
was a
hi.
woman, wasn't she?
I like to say, what are you
Around about
doing?
my third divorce, I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagine.
But I mean it in more like the,
Don't make any
what are you
insinuations
doing,
about my wife.
rather than,
Hey,
what are you doing?
she's a woman.
She's the mother of my children.
You're a father, Cole? Don't tell me your eye don't bend.
This conversation is over.
Desert. There wasn't a desert scene in Uncharted 4. There was a series of little islands with beaches.
Phelps and Galloway.
That might be
LAPD.
what you're referencing to.
Is your father home?
No, Deep. I don't do face cams. I don't do reveals. I'm
What's
a
your
private
name,
person.
miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Can we come in?
Uncharted 3 had a desert sequence.
Thank you. Could you have a seat for me, Michelle? We're going to have a look around.
Thanks, Pops. Even if it's just for a second, I'm always glad to see people.
Just sit tight.
I doubt it.
Oh, happy birthday, Mom.
My partner will explain everything when he gets back, okay? There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I'm almost certain you're describing Uncharted 3.
Work boots. Size 8s. Elgin wristwatch. Probably the same one snatched from her body.
The plane sequence was pretty fun. I hated the movie, but I liked that they kept that sequence in for it.
No sign of a wedding ring.
All right, Deep. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Is this about Mommy? Daddy is trying to find her.
By the way,
Please tell me she's okay.
this is the shortest crying
Sorry to
cycle
have
I've
to tell
ever
you this,
seen in my
Michelle,
life.
but your mother is dead. Do you think you could answer a few questions for us?
Could try.
Look at that. Not even 10 seconds of tears. Hello, Raptor. Welcome, mate.
Some of your mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
A ring, a watch. I never paid much attention to that stuff.
I know it's painful, Michelle, but this may be important. She wore a wedding ring?
Mommy chose it herself. A rose gold wedding band and a matching diamond and ruby engagement ring.
She wore a watch?
Yes, a yellow gold Elgin watch. Daddy bought it for her birthday. We had a fight. It was kind of a makeup present.
When did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon. I went to a dance at Belmont High. Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset. Daddy came instead.
So you were hanging around the school for quite a while. What happened with your father?
I don't know. I called and finally he answered. He came straight away then.
Your mom and dad are happily married?
What are you saying? Of course they are.
They weren't happy, were they, Michelle?
Trouble in
Did your father
paradise.
ever hit your mother?
Just the once. She said she would leave him if he ever did it again. He bought her a brooch pin to make up for it. And he always wore her golden butterfly.
Thanks, Miss Muller. You've been very brave.
Hey! What gives?
Daddy, the police
Go to your
are
room,
here.
please, Michelle. I'll talk to the police.
Daddy, Mommy is gone.
Go to your room, young lady. She's not even out of school. You can't come in here interrogating her like she's
Your
some
wife
kind
was
of...
found murdered this morning.
found? What the... But she only...
We have some questions that we would like to ask you.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'll do my best.
Oh, The Lost Legacy. That's the one with Chloe and Nadine. Great game.
What size shoe do you wear, Mr. Mueller?
Why do you ask?
It's routine, sir. Simple process of elimination.
9s, I think.
Why are you lying to me, Mr. Mueller?
Why would I lie to you at a time like this?
That's funny. The work boots we found
Deep,
here are
it's
size
cool.
8s. Why lie about it?
She wasn't
if you've
really
got nothing to
offended.
hide?
It's just jokes.
Because I always get teased.
She has a good
about the
sense of
size my
humor.
feet. You know, small feet, small...
Always been true in my experience.
You phoned in a missing persons report this morning?
Yeah, that's right. My wife didn't come home last night. She left around 9:30. Michelle was out at dance. She called me to let me know that Deidre didn't turn up.
Did your wife ever go out by herself? To bars, nightclubs?
No. What are you suggesting? You suggesting my wife's loose? Now is not the time for you to be pushing me, mister.
Your daughter said you were having an argument.
We argued about who would pick up Michelle. I worked a full day. I wanted to come home, put my feet up.
So you were here all night. You stayed in while your wife went out to pick up your daughter?
Yes, that's correct.
You should come clean if you're having an affair or if there's something going on.
I told you I was here. Were you saying I wasn't?
So why did you take so long to answer the phone when your daughter called?
Okay, I went out for a while. I was driving around. It's my way of relaxing.
Your wife was beaten and then strangled. In your case, you have no alibi and a history of violence towards your wife.
That's not true, God damn it.
It is true, Hugo. You're a violent man. You try to keep a lid on it at home, but sometimes you lost control. Your daughter and your wife were scared of you.
You don't know anything about me.
I know about the golden butterfly, Hugo, and how you bought your wife off the last time you heard her.
She liked to spend money, all right? Dresses, jewelry, her hair. It drove me goddamn crazy. Do I look like a Rockefeller?
Nobody likes a cheapskate, Hugo.
Getting hostile with us is a very bad idea,
Hugo.
I'm no murderer.
Make some arrangements for your daughter, and then present yourself to Central Station for questioning.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on him.
This is an outrage. I didn't kill my wife.
Your daughter is in the next room, Mueller, so I'm giving you a break. Don't make me change my mind, and don't make me come looking for you.
We should go back in there and bust his ass.
1, we need to break his alibi. Check phone records, canvass the neighbors. 2, we have motive of domestic violence, which probably goes for half the men in L.A. 3, we have no evidence tying him to the crime scene.
Hello, detective.
You son of a bitch. And my hat fell off.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard the terrible news over the radio.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Yes, sir. They had a row last night. I heard Mrs. Mueller screaming.
Did you see Mrs. Mueller come home late last night at all?
No, not at all. I did see Mr. Mueller put something in the incinerator earlier this morning, though.
I told you he was our guy. Now let's get this bum downtown and into a cell.
Look, there he is now.
Step away from the incinerator. Don't let him get away.
Okay, but no shooting. We need this guy to make the case.
This doesn't look good, Hugo.
I can explain the blood.
Get him booked in at Central, officer. Then put him
Made
in
me
an
get hit by a
We'll be speaking
car.
with him later.
Made my hat fall off.
Yes, sir, Detective.
Is there someone you can call, miss?
I don't want home and
You need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family? Grandparents? Aunts or uncle?
call Aunt Helen, but she lives in Bakersfield and
Call her. We're gonna get someone down here from Juvenile Hall to talk to you in the meantime.
We ought to get some uniforms down here, clean up, take care of the kid. Galloway, Homicide Division, badge number 564.
Go ahead, Detective Unit.
Did we get Ray Pinker and a technical services team to a house at 130 North Bonnie Bray Street? Send someone down from Juvenile Hall to look after a young lady.
Roger, 11K. Inform Detective Phelps that the coroner has a report waiting. Police morgue downtown when he's available.
Got it, KGPL.
Can you drive to this one?
I'm surprised, you know. I didn't make the husband for it.
Always make the husband, Phelps. 9 times out of 10, it's the closest person to the Vic who does the deed. God knows I've wanted to kill some wives in my day.
Lex parsimoniae.
What?
The law of parsimony. Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is most likely the correct one.
You know, you could have said that without getting all liturgical on me.
I'll try to dumb things down from now on.
Appreciate it. And try this one on for size. Rusty's razor.
How's that go?
You blame the guy that's banging her.
Ah, of course. The famous Lex Ignoramus.
Closes cases, Cole. Puts a lot of people away, that one.
What have you for me, Carruthers?
Phelps, Rusty, thanks for coming.
Can you blood type the shoes that we bagged and see if they're a match?
Sure. It'll all be in the report, but I'm assuming you want the details now?
Please. Cause of death is strangulation?
Correct. Take a look at the samples on the bench.
What are the normal uses for that kind of rope?
On boats, mooring lines.
Correct. Although Ray says that they're sometimes used as bell ropes in churches.
That detail will be important later in 2 cases.
So are we looking for a sailor or a minister?
Well, in my experience, sailors seem to have the greater libido.
Was Mrs. Muller criminally attacked?
No external or internal traces of semen.
Thanks, ma'am. Anything else comes up, you let us know.
Yes, I do, Rad. Yes, I do. Damn this janitor guy.
Operator, give me dispatch.
I don't know, Rad. Why don't they?
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Belmont High School.
Checking for you, Detective.
Why don't cops use GPS? They prefer to follow leads.
Are there any messages
Very
for me?
good, Rad.
Yes,
I
Detective.
approve
A
of your
green
joke.
1946 coupe, registered to Mrs. Hugo Muller, has
Actually,
been found
I
in the
have a
parking lot
joke for you.
adjoining Belmont High School in Plainfield.
Why
Captain
is
Donnelly
dating
wants you
in
to
the
head down there
afterlife
immediately to take the
so
school janitor's
difficult?
statement.
Thanks, ma'am.
Because they always get ghosted. Ha 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 ha. I get it, Rad. Topical. I figured that's why you told that joke, and I approve. Good joke.
You know the way. You can drive.
Not exactly the happiest of places, the coroner's office.
Carruthers is a good man, professional, diligent. If you're working with a pro, it's easy to overlook the grim realities of a place like that.
Funny job, that. The coroner's.
How so?
You don't want them enjoying their work too much. The wrong kind of man can get awfully lonely rattling around a joint full of corpses.
Rusty, that's like something out of the pulps.
You've been reading the same ones as me?
I thought you were usually too drunk to get through a magazine.
If I close one eye and squint, you can just about make out the print.
That line about lonely corners, that will come relevant in a later case as well. Quinn Noble, you son of a bitch. We have Howard Hamlin in the chat.
Yes, sir, Detective.
Have you looked it over?
Superficially. I was told to wait for you guys.
Thanks. We'll take it from here. What time did you see the person park the car?
Late last night, after school social, maybe 1 a.m. I've been keeping a good eye out lately. We've had problems with the child molester.
And this was the same man?
I don't know, sir. I'd like to say yes, but truth is, it was pretty dark.
All right. Tell me about this man you've been having trouble with.
He hangs near the playground, tries to befriend the children.
But worth every penny,
He was around
Quinn.
here last night before the dance.
Is he violent?
Yes, sir, I would say so, yes. There's the son of a bitch now. Hey, you!
Go, Phelps. I'll take the car and see if I can cut him off.
All right, let's go chase down this pervert. Brad, that's actually a line from the game. If you came up with that, Brad, on your own, and not because it's a line from the game, what a coincidence. I'm going to punch this guy in the jaw when I catch him. Oh, you bastard.
What's your name?
Who's asking?
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Name's Eli Rooney.
You've been in trouble with the law before, Eli?
Some.
What are you doing around here?
I like to keep an eye on the children.
Strictly paternal, is it, Eli?
Don't sass me, boy.
A woman was abducted here last night, Eli, and murdered.
And I would love to make you for that, you oaky motherfucker.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that. A woman, you say? I like 'em a little younger than that.
Turn out your pockets, Eli.
Now, why would I do that?
Because I'm about to break your fucking skull, Eli.
You're under arrest, Eli. You are in very deep trouble.
Bad Eli.
Why bother with the paperwork, Eli? I'm going to take out my gun, and I'm going to count to 5. Let's see how fast you can run now.
Hang on a goddamn minute. I found that thing in the parking lot.
Get some backup out here, Rusty. We need to get this one downtown and into a cell.
I'll tell them we got a kitty raper coming in. They can roll out the red carpet.
Blood and skin samples. We better get Ray Pinker out here.
from a Chrysler. Could be important.
The overalls are stenciled HM. Muller is a mechanic. I wonder what Eli does for a living.
Where's a phone when you need it? What rat? Chicken butt?
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need interrogation set up at Central for both suspects being held in the Muller homicide case.
Certainly, Detective. I'll get in touch with the watch commander.
Thanks for your help.
That's not much of a surprise, is it, Rad?
You drive. I need to go over the case.
I would have been surprised if you said you were playing like NBA 2K25 or something.
I say we make Rooney for this. I think we should lay it on him. He was near the car, he had her jewelry, the DA will love him for it.
Even if he didn't do it?
Who cares whether he did it? You have kids, Phelps? He needs
Not
to be
gonna lie,
taken
Rad.
permanently out of harm's way.
GT7 is really getting on my nerves.
For a while. He gets a free pass for now.
This drip feed content is not doing it for me. Need new events, need new tracks.
You better not go soft on me in here, Phelps.
Are they ready?
Moeller's in 2 and the pervert's in 1. Get in there and get a conviction.
Here's where we stand, Hugo. Your next-door neighbor heard screaming coming from your house. You were burning your blood-stained shoes. You have no one who can confirm your whereabouts last night. Your daughter says you're a violent man. We have everything we need to send you to death row, and all you have to say for yourself is, I didn't do it.
I swear I didn't kill her. Give me that lie test. I can prove it.
Why did you burn your shoes, Hugo?
Because I knew you'd never believe me.
Believe what?
It's rabbit's blood. A guy at work brought him in and I helped him skin them.
Do you know anything about ropes, Hugo?
As much as the next man. I was a scout. I learned some more in the Army.
You learned to strangle with the rope in the Army?
With rope, with my bare hands, but mainly with wire. I learned a lot of things in the Army, but I still didn't kill my wife.
For argument's sake, what type of rope would you use?
If I had to, I would use a triple braid. Less flex, easier to control.
Your wife was beaten with a tire iron, Hugo. An appropriate choice of tool for a mechanic.
I know nothing about any tire iron.
You're lying, Hugo. You're gonna have to come clean on this.
You got no proof.
Your wife drove a Chevrolet, Hugo. What make of car do you drive?
A Chrysler Airflow.
So I guess that explains why the tire iron that killed your wife came from a Chrysler. We found your wife's car. Someone parked it at the school late last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep your work clothes?
I keep them at work in my locker.
Enough lies, Hugo. Your overalls put you at the scene of the crime last night.
My overalls are in the laundry of my house.
Green overalls, blood-stained, with the initials HM found in the trunk of your wife's car.
They can't be mine.
Why, Hugo? Because if they were yours, they'd be in the incinerator too?
I could charge him, but if you want a 5-star,
Captain,
you got to
we're on our
charge
way to
Eli.
interview Eli Rooney.
Yes, Phelps, I know. This particular fiend is an old acquaintance. I have tried to reaffirm his belief in a wrathful and terrible God. Whichever way it goes, I'll be dealing personally with him.
You look like you've had it rough.
You see me asking for your sympathy, boy?
Cyrus? Welcome, Cyrus. Good to see you here, mate.
You down on your luck, Eli?
I had worse. My family ate roadkill during the Dust Bowl.
Quinn
Well, you have a
Radian is
job.
part of the
A
slutty
parolee has to have a
watermelon
job,
crew.
correct?
I had me a job down in San Pedro. I'm looking for something new.
This place you work have a name?
Hennessy Marine.
No, I usually only
Can't
stream
miss
on
a place where
Tuesday
you get
nights
a
because I'm
letters
off.
HM out front.
Never
They give you
when
any
I work.
workwear, Eli?
Sure. Green coverall. Dang thing was hot. Felt like I was back in the pen wearing it.
Slutty watermelons on top.
You ever tie up any of your victims, Eli?
It's not a nice thing to go calling them.
What would you call them?
I can't say. I learned a long time ago not to go talking about the things I like. Talking about it just seems to get people's dander up.
Answer the goddamn question, Rooney, before I brain you.
See what I mean? Short answer is yeah.
Eli?
I know a good rope from a bad rope, if that's what you mean. That's not what you mean, is it? Any old rope will do me fine.
Farm boy like you, Eli, must prefer Magay for roping. Am I right?
I prefer braid. Till I hit your braid, it stays tied.
You killed Mrs. Muller and stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. I ain't done nothing like that.
You have no job and nowhere to live by the smell of things. And you need money. You've been in trouble before, Eli. Who do you think a jury will believe?
I've been in trouble for other things, but I ain't never killed no one. I saw that car coming to the parking lot late last night. Man got changed there and then put his coveralls in the trunk. I saw him drop the butterfly in the lamplight and he strolled out, cool as you like. And I went over and I picked it up.
Eli Rooney, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Deirdre Muller.
You want to put me back in the stir that badly, boy? You go ahead and try. I'll beat that rap. I ain't a killer.
Bad, Eli. Some of them are, Cyrus. But for the most part, I'd say 85% are legit. 15% are just
Phelps,
blatantly
Galloway,
obvious.
Congratulations are at hand. Drink, boys? I think you'll receive a commendation for this one, gentlemen. In the meantime, I'll speak to the DA about expediting the passage of the case. We need swift and merciless justice for poor Deirdre.
still feel this was one of the best games ever made. Yes, you are, Quinn. Scratch my back, I scratch yours. Just remember, Quinn, with great power comes great responsibility.
We captured 2 regular army. Lieutenant! Phelps, we've been over this. That sniper barely missed you back on the beach. Until the mission is over, there'll be no more saluting or signs of break.
I'm in charge here, Medier!
Do you wish to interrogate the prisoners?
No, they're beat. Why they look so sullen?
You're wondering why we haven't killed them yet. There is no greater shame than being taken prisoner.
Get this, Golden Boy actually seems to know what he's doing.
Quinn,
See that, boys? He slapped that Jap
if you ever
right
needed
upside
a
the
reason to
head.
get back
merely
in,
to remind him of his place. His shame was the
I
tone
am
of
currently
voice that he used
playing
with
the
a superior.
PS4 remaster.
Respect the Japanese, Corporal.
Respect, we're here to kill the sons of bitches.
Do you know why we are fighting the Japanese, Private?
With respect, sir, these bastards attacked Pearl Harbor.
And why did they attack Pearl, Private?
Because they hate the US of A and our way of life.
They attacked the U.S. because we cut off their oil. What would we do if another country denied us the gas to run our cars?
I am so grateful that the PS5 is backwards compatible with the PS4.
Ah, Phelps. I was just discussing with Finbar here how well you were doing. Have a seat.
Yeah, it's my real name. And you can just forget all about it.
You boys have a new case. A poor Hispanic woman murdered near City Hall and left lying naked in an alleyway.
Brad, it's cool, bro.
Another naked woman?
No worries, man.
Yes. We seem to have had quite a run of them.
Quinn,
since
you
the
keep me
Dodger
around for the
first
heist because I give you the best
Politely
setups.
trying to hint that he thinks the Mendez case is hokey.
Well, young Phelps.
This is based on 1947 LA.
Happy with the Mueller case,
And
sir?
it's actually a collection of real-life murders in cases, but with a twist, with a little bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for, creative liberties taken. A lot of the cases are actually ripped straight from Hollywood movies, too. Like Reefer Madness, The Naked City.
You have the address?
It's the alley off Aliso between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, Phelps. Most guys would kill to land a case so close to their
Raptor,
deaths.
you out?
Yeah. It means they
Thanks
can
for
pop in to
stopping
hit
by,
the
man.
office
It's good to
supply
see
of
you,
hooch
always.
whenever they need it.
You know, that ain't a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all.
Sucker punch the like button on your way out if you're feeling grateful. Or gracious, rather.
And Hope, the Methodist Church unit to handle code 2 identify.
Sorry, I'm not good with my calls to action yet. Oh my god, I'm on the sidewalk. You too, boss.
Detectives, they're ready to start the show. I'll take you through.
Alright, nudity warning. If you don't want to see nudity, look away now. I'll tell you when it's safe.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Brothers, Pinker.
Cause of death is pretty apparent.
Thanks,
Thought we'd
Raptor.
best wait for you. When you're ready.
Lacerations on the neck would indicate a great deal of force. Kiss the blood, BD. Another wedding ring torn from the finger. No skin under the fingernails.
21 years old. But why the library card? Did he want us to find it?
What's Channel 9, Quinn?
The evidence in the Mueller case was solid. I'm not convinced about Mendez.
The best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else. I'll bet a month.
Yeah, Rad, I know you like it when they still have a pulse.
Strangled, battered, naked.
Yeah. We know the M.O. So does every jerk who kills his wife and girlfriend looking for a way out. I've spoken to Brown. He still believes the Dahlia perp has medical experience.
4 women.
Yeah, it's
all
interesting,
murdered,
Cyrus.
all put on
I could see
display,
that.
All with messages.
Mueller had no message. Look, Phelps, this is getting us nowhere.
Anything for us to go on now?
Head injuries from contact with road, bruising from a small man's shoe, further blunt force trauma to the occipital region at the base of the skull. Could have been fatal, but clear signs of strangulation would seem to rule it out.
Lipstick appears to be a similar color to the other cases. I'll see if I can nail down a brand.
All right, nudity's over. You can look again.
If she took a blow to the head like the others, she was probably unconscious when strangled.
May as well follow the trail.
Don't worry, Rad. There'll be plenty later.
Antonia. Huh. Same as the library card.
We're on a blood scavenger hunt, my friends.
Proximity to the scene, plus the bloodstains. No way is this coincidence.
We kept the area pristine for you boys. Let's check it out.
House keys strung up like bait on a hook.
It's all right, Cyrus. There'll be plenty more opportunities for that later on in the game.
You think he's trying to lead us somewhere?
Probably all the way to City Hall, that brazen son of a bitch.
I wish I knew where that "Don't Let Your Kids Watch It" originally came from.
It's got to be a code or a cipher.
All right, Rad. Remember 253. Don't forget it. You too, Quinn. I'm gonna test you later on it.
Where are you taking us?
Yeah, 253. Remember that, because I'm gonna quiz you on it later. Get out of here, birds. Fucking birds.
Empty. Where
20
is all
minutes.
of this meant to be taking us? He clearly wants us to find these things. He's left them for us.
Oh, Quinn, you cheater. You cheater.
Told you it wasn't our guy.
Or he might just be getting more confident.
Nobody look in the chat when I remind you.
enameled and gold-plated. This was precious to her. Pulled from the finger and hung up here. What's the significance? Looks as though the killer was decorating with this.
Yeah, right, Quinn. I'll believe that when I see it. COS or frames per second, Rad?
Son of a bitch wants her identified. Mrs. Antonia Maldonado, 712 North Hill Street, downtown.
Huh. Nordic TV show.
You're
Yeah,
behind the wheel.
60 frames is smooth, but I can
It was
overlook it.
Mrs. Maldonado, right?
That's affirmative.
All right, so then there's a husband we should be looking for. Get him, we've closed the case.
Rusty's razor, of course. I don't want to question your tried and tested techniques, Detective Galloway. But doesn't the DA require sound
Yeah, the day
casework
Aaron
before he'll
Rodgers
close the book?
retires,
Not if he's got a confession.
day I hit the
And, you know,
Powerball. It's
there's
just never
ways
going to
of
happen.
getting those.
I'm sure.
What would AI Shaq think of that, Quinn?
Wait just a moment. I'm sorry. Can I help you?
LAPD, ma'am.
Very good,
Detective
Quinn.
Phelps and Galloway.
Very
Does Mrs.
good.
Maldonado live here?
Yes, she does. I'm Mrs.
Probably
Barbara
is a
Linton,
puddle
owner
of
this
AIDS, not
boarding
going to
house.
lie.
Is there a problem?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. Do you mind if we come in? Is there somewhere we can discuss this?
Of course. Follow me through to the parlor. Wipe your feet as you come in, detectives. It's this way.
I'll have to check it out, Quinn.
Mrs. Maldonado was found dead this morning.
Dead? Oh, no. She can't be.
I'm afraid she was murdered, ma'am. We need to take a look at her things.
I can't believe it. A person seems so alive, and then they're gone.
Yeah, most people do tend to seem so alive before they're dead.
Last door on the left.
Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Excuse us a moment, ma'am.
Well, thanks, Quinn. I will check that whenever the stream ends. I haven't had much time to YouTube today.
The smashed window explains why the place looks tossed.
No, Cyrus. You can drive anytime you want. I personally just let the partner drive because it skips to where you gotta go and it saves a hell of a lot of time.
So someone broke in using this thing instead of a crowbar.
Well, you can drive like in
Where was
GTA if
taken
you
from?
want to. But I just trip skip because my stream would be 4 hours longer just from all the driving you do.
Okay, we have an address. The charm bracelet wasn't among the crime scene evidence. We have some questions, ma'am, if you're up to it.
Yes, Detective. I'll do my best.
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to hurt Mrs. Maldonado?
That rat of her husband, Angel. She was serving him divorce papers.
If I killed every wife...
She sounds just like a woman I used to work with a long time ago.
Flippant, young man?
It's creepy.
What can you tell us about Angel Maldonado?
She married him when she was 17. He was cruel to her, very cruel. She was a good girl, little on the religious side, but a good girl.
What time did Antonia go out yesterday?
She left around 9.
Do you know where she went?
This one's for you, Quinn and Rad.
I have no idea. She was a good girl, but she didn't confide in me.
A nosy old hag like you knows everything about the people who live under her roof. Where did she go?
I think she went to a bar. She's been drinking quite a lot lately.
This bar have a name?
El Dorado Bar. It's a Latino place on North Los Angeles Street.
That's only a couple of blocks from where we found the body.
It's odd you'd like
Had a
that.
break-in?
No. That can't be true.
You're being economical with the truth, Mrs. Lepenti. What do you have to hide?
I have no idea what you are talking about.
I'm quite the poker player myself, Cyrus. That was what my channel originally started out as.
So Antonia lost her keys
I'd
and
be
used
glad
an
to
iron
help give
bar
you
to
some
jimmy the back
pointers.
window?
I heard a noise in the early hours of the morning. I thought it might be a raccoon at the milk bottles. It'd be very bad for business if this news got out. I have a reputation to protect.
Antonia and her husband were estranged?
Yes. She moved here after she separated from her husband 2 months ago.
But Antonia still wore a wedding ring?
She wore the wedding ring and a necklace. She always wore a religious necklace. That's about all of her jewelry.
What about her bracelet?
I don't know anything about a bracelet.
In her wedding photo, she's displaying a charm bracelet.
That thing? She never wore it. He gave it to her. She always kept it in that wooden jewelry box.
Thanks, ma'am. You've been very helpful.
Pay a call to that husband of hers. Lock him up and throw away the key.
We can either front Angel, seeing as the finger's pointing right at it, or we can check out the El Dorado one.
Sorry, controller's acting up.
You can drive.
A nosy old hag? Ha! And I thought I was coming
Texas
on
Hold'em is
strong with the
great.
ex-wives line.
Sometimes you have to be
specialty.
firm to get the information you need.
God damn it, ain't that the truth?
You give me a week, and I will have you sharking with the best of them.
Maldonado is in apartment 304.
No, Brad, wrong.
Phelps, this could turn ugly. Forget about knocking. Let's take our boy by surprise.
Hey, what the fuck?
LAPD, motherfucker, you're under arrest. I got 100 pounds to walk.
I got.
Aha.
Damn.
Take that.
I got some decent shots in there. Cuff these sons of bitches, Phelps.
LAPD, you two are under arrest. Call for some backup, Finbar.
That's the problem, Cyrus. You can play for hours and never catch a decent hand.
Galloway, badge number 564. I need a prowl car at the apartment
But then
building,
again,
330 North
even with
Hill
pocket
Street. Two
aces,
suspects need
a
transporting
crap
to
hand can still win.
Your wife has been murdered, Angel.
Antonia? Oh, God, no!
Where were you last night, Angel?
I was here with my brother the whole night, God damn it! You think I'd kill my own wife?
We should get the whole place going over, then talk to the neighbors. And Phelps, I don't care that you just got smacked in the head. You don't call me Finbar.
This will take some explaining. Just picked fruit market. I wonder if Angel gets all his groceries from this place.
That's my kind of fruit. I have played New Vegas, but literally just for maybe an hour or two. First Fallout I actually played all the way through was 4.
What do you want?
LAPD. We're making some inquiries.
Make it quick. I work nights.
So you weren't home last night?
No, I was at work.
You know nothing about Mrs. Maldonado fighting with her husband?
Those two? They're always screaming the place down.
Thanks.
Ironically, the closest game that had the best poker in it, I found, was Dead Rising 2. Quinn, what's up?
Hey, sorry about that. I'm playing with my kids.
LAPD.
Got some bad news for you, Quinn.
Yeah. My wife and I are separated, and I had the kids last night.
You're going to have to call the
I put them to
Minutemen.
bed early and went to bed myself.
Thanks.
Stupid Preston Garvey.
Hello.
LAPD, ma'am. Did you hear a disturbance last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Mrs. Maldonado lit out of here, and her husband ran out after her.
You saw this, Miss?
Aranda. I had the door open a crack.
Did you see Mr. Maldonado come back inside after he ran out?
No, I didn't.
Thanks. We'll be in touch.
I kept thinking you were going to call that one a nosy old hag too, Phelps. Well-executed restraint.
I'm executing restraint right now, Finbar.
Yeah, Finbar.
Can you drive to this one?
Not really, Quinn. Never gave it much thought.
Galloway, I need you.
Hold on, I'm coming.
I remember you talked about, like, any stream.
What can I get you?
LAPD. Detectives Phelps and Galloway.
Diego Aguilar. How can I help?
You worked the bar last night?
Yeah. Me and a temp guy from the agency.
Did you have a woman in here last night? 21 years old, Hispanic, drinking heavily?
We have a lot of ladies like that in here. But yeah, I know who you mean. Antonia Maldonado. But what did she do?
She was murdered last night.
Oh, shit.
Do you know her well? Was she a regular?
Hell no. She was good and tight last night, complaining about her old man. It's a story you get used to working in a bar. She was so hammered last night, she left a letter on the bar. I'll show you.
But I did find you, Quinn.
You want a tip? Refill my coffee next time, honey.
And I keep a special place in my heart for Howard Hamlin.
Divorce papers? Did you open them?
No need to. She was shouting about it and waving the letter around. Said she was going to show him.
Can you remember what jewelry she was wearing?
She had a necklace. Some kind of religious thing, I think. The temp guy would have more of an idea. She took the beer he served her and cried into it all night.
What time did she leave?
Can't say for sure.
Where did she go? Give me something or the LAPD will start getting interested in this place.
Take it easy. She wanted a cab, okay? And my phone was out of order. The closest one I knew was at the fruit market across the street, so I suggested she try there. She seemed reluctant.
Did Antonia say where she was going when she left?
She said she was going to serve the papers on the husband. Said that would take the smile off his face. If you ask me, she was scared. And the drink was for Dutch courage.
She attract any interest?
I'll think about it,
An extremely
Quinn.
drunk young woman? What do
I'll
you
think about it.
She managed to scare them off, though.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
No problem. Hey, get the guy, will you?
We'll do our best. One last question. What size shoe do you take, Mr. Aguilar?
A broad 9. I have wide feet.
Sir, do you work here?
Sorry, pal, just making deliveries.
From where?
Just Pig Fruit Market across the street.
A fruit market delivers here?
Yeah, sure does. The Mexes love a little slice with their tequila.
We found a crate a lot like the ones you're wheeling there, except it was filled with booze. You know anything about that?
What? No, we deliver all over the place, officer. No telling where the boxes end up. Excuse me, I have to get on with this.
Fine, thanks.
Get in. Oh Christ, I'm getting Fallout radio vibes.
Shut. Great. We'll need to come back later, Phelps. Maybe somebody here saw Antonia the night she died.
Yeah, Cyrus, I'll be on with General this weekend. Don't remember what we have planned, but I know we have something planned.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Any messages?
Message from Captain Donnelly, Detective. Your presence is requested urgently at Central Station. A new letter from the Dahlia killer has been found.
Thank you.
See you, Cyrus. Thanks for stopping in, man. Good to see you.
Another letter? I thought the letter was from a nut.
These letters, Brown and Hanson believe they are genuine. From him.
Now we sent another.
You know, I really hate this fuck. This Black Dahlia guy. Have you seen the body? The fucking case just gnaws away at your guts. Hollywood. Every prom queen from every fucking hick town in America turns up here. Where do they end up? Gutted on the fucking sidewalk.
Think there's anything to the divorce angle?
I've been through 3, Gus. No big deal. After a while, you just numb yourself to the experience.
But Angel, he's a young Latino man. It would hurt his sense of who he is. He'd see himself as a failure. A woman taking control over his life?
Oh, Quinn, I hate getting old.
Waiting for you downstairs with Pinker.
Boys, come on in. Phelps, have you met Finis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
This information is confidential and doesn't leave this room.
The new letter was left in the back seat of a cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
We're checking all this fares back 24 hours regardless.
Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and typed from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also new. A poem, hand-typed.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead. We've been over both documents pretty carefully. They've been wiped with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
That's the message from the Celine Henry case.
Stand too long, my feet hurt. Sit too long, my ass goes numb.
Keep upon thy soul by virtue of this curse.
The curse of getting old.
That's why we called you in.
Do you think it's original?
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nutjob's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley? Sure, I knew that.
You see, Finis? I told you this lad was a bright boy.
My dad was 40
with the case?
when he had me,
Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus was a titan,
and
a
42
superhuman
when he had
character
my
who
sister.
defied the gods to bring fire to humanity.
He was married before he met my
Medallion guy
mother,
believes he's
and he had
Your
3
guess is as
kids
good as
before he
mine.
met her.
One thing for sure is that he's educated. What about the link to the Henry case?
He could have got the wording from the papers. As you said, he is fiendishly clever and takes pleasure in taunting us. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
I want to make homicide.
Improved your attitude, Angel?
What do you want me to say? I was with Antonia the night she died, but she left the apartment, and that was the last time I saw her.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
You're lying, Angel. You went after her. I think you killed her.
You're out of your mind. My brother will tell you I was at home.
We have a witness who confirms that you were arguing, that your wife ran out, that you followed her, and didn't come back.
I know this looks bad, but it's not true. We argued, all right, but she went out, and I went out after her, and she jumped in a car on the corner.
There was a car waiting for her? Can you describe the driver?
Not the driver. It was too dark. But the car, it was a brown Ford Coupe.
You and your wife weren't getting along. She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
I don't believe you, Angel. She'd been granted a decree nisi. She pushed you too far, and you lashed out.
I told you, I wouldn't accept a divorce.
The judge had set a date. You were going to be paraded in front of the whole city for your cruelty to her, Angel.
Antonia. Oh, Jesus. She came in drunk, out of her mind. She doesn't normally drink. She was looking around in her bag. Said she wanted to serve me papers. Me, her own husband. So I slapped her down. She ran out. That's the truth.
What size shoe do you wear, Angel?
Size 8. What difference does that make?
When we found your wife, her jewelry had been removed. Was she wearing her religious medallion last night?
Sure. She always wore that.
What about the charm bracelet? Was she wearing that?
You know about that? She never wore it. She didn't like the message. She kept it locked up in that box of hers.
Your wife has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaving.
Angel, I'm not going to waste any more time on this. Give me something or I'm going to have you charged.
My brother, Ippolito, he said some bad things about Antonia last night. So I had to sock him one. We got into it.
Keep talking.
She said she came from the El Dorado bar.
And?
It's not one of my places. We used to buy fruit at the market down the street. But the creep there was always running his eyes all over my wife.
What's the name of this fruit market?
Just picked fruit. Ord Street downtown.
One last question, Angel. Do the words kiss the blood mean anything to you?
No. Sounds sick to me.
You're not in the clear by any means, Angel. You're going back into a cell. You should think about whether you have anything else you need to share with us.
You think the Vice boys get any of this?
All right, last stop.
You know the way. You can drive. Double time, Rusty.
Keep your shirt on. I'm coming.
What's your read on Maldonado?
I still like him for it. Seriously, that line about the guy at the fruit market making eyes at his woman? Please. Now, we'll get to the market and the guy behind the counter will tell us he saw Angel drag his old lady off into the night. This case will be shut like all the others.
He just clipped through that bollard.
We should go out afterwards.
Sir, Wait, you look familiar.
Hey, from the bar, right? What brings you here?
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Feeney. What can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
She was wearing a necklace?
I didn't notice.
You weren't paying attention, Feeney?
Hey, you're getting the wrong idea.
Exactly how much fruit do you sell here after midnight, Clem?
Look, not much. I sell the odd bottle on the side to the after-hours crowd. Look, I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to make a buck.
The young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
You already knew Mrs. Maldonado, didn't you, Clem?
Sure, I met her before. She seemed like a nice lady. Her husband went apeshit one day when he caught me talking to her. She hadn't been back until last night.
Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up and she got into that.
Can you describe the car?
Brown Ford Coupe, I think. She seemed to know the guy.
Do you mind if we look around?
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can.
Raisin Bran's pretty good.
Don't you have to get a court order or
I
something?
got Cinnamon
Right.
Toast Crunch at the
Clem?
moment.
Shh. No wonder he stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
Hey, Quinn, what was that,
So what are we hiding
what was
in
that
here?
number I told you to remember?
This thing needs a combination.
Very good. Apparently this is the message she does not like. Wives, submit to your husbands. Hear, hear.
Why cut someone who was already dead?
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. You must have seen it during the war. This fruit stall punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off. Clem!
Oh, Clem. Naughty boy. You gonna stream tonight, Quinn?
Cole? I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck. should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps.
When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
Yeah, I hear you there.
Strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back to his own market.
Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do.
It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
There's no such thing as too perfect. Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
You're a sick man, Clem. You need help.
Yeah, you are the marathon streamer.
Outstanding job on this case, gentlemen. The poor woman can now rest in peace. I'll pay the fiend a personal visit myself and remind him that crime in this city does not go unpunished. When they finish with him at the receiving hospital, we'll have him up before the grand jury. I have a meeting this afternoon with the mayor lads. I'll be sure to mention your names. Now, on your way.
Ah, I love how he just steals the whiskey. All right, Quinn and everyone else and anyone watching after the fact, this is where I will be calling it a night for tonight. I appreciate everyone who stopped by to hang out with me live. I appreciate everybody who watches it after the fact. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I look forward to seeing y'all again next time. Please take care of yourself and take care of one another. Good night, everyone.